Okay. I think it was said to disable shadows as well, so we're gonna... Morale is about normal. Can't have morale if everyone's dead, right? Okay, so first we're gonna fucking fix our mechs here. I think that's what we're gonna do. So we have 3 people. We lost 2 in the last mission. We lost our gunner. Base. So we're gonna hire. I think we're gonna hire. We're gonna hire 1 extra person here. This guy's at 39,000 for 3342. It's pretty good stats, but 2322, 323. Tactics. This guy's well-rounded. This guy's 39 and 36. 36,300. I guess you pay for a premium, right? Increases effectiveness of called shot opportunity. Gaucho.
Yes, Commander.
Copy. Commander?
Yes, Commander.
This guy,
Commander?
a little bit more affordable.
Commander?
Standing by.
These guys are actually identical. Stitch.
Commander?
Good to go. Waiting for orders.
New mech warriors available.
Mech Bay, let's go check the base.
Be with you in a second.
I could talk to Yang. Hey, what's up, Cancer? I live inside my own world of make-believe. What's up, Justin?
Need something?
Just another day, man. So, welcome to the Mech Bay. My only piece to heaven, right here on the ship. Something I could help you with? I want an assessment on the Leopard. How much trouble are we in? Don't know. I mean, we're doing okay for the moment, but I give it a few months, maybe a year. You know how it goes. Eventually, everything falls apart. Okay. Got a few questions about the Mech Bay. Nice arm. So, tell me where you hit me with them. I'll do what I can to answer. I mean, I don't want to wax poetic or nothing, but the Mech Bay is where the magic happens. Boss, it's the beating heart of the mercenary outfit. Tutorial. Beyond each cubicle holds 1 battle mech. Not much, it's all about capacity. The more mech bays we have, the more mechs we can keep battle ready. And the more mechs we have battle ready, the more flexibility you have in your deployment options. Okay. Why use mech storage? A few reasons. First, we have limited capacity in the mech bays. So we need to store the overstock for eventual sale or for use in the future. Second, we don't pay upkeep costs on the mechs and storage. That's a business thing, though not my department. Third, and this is important, whenever we pick up partial mech salvage from the battlefield, I put it in storage for you. Nice. Craddies by Suburban. Cradles by Suburban. What happens if we gather enough and buy enough partial mech salvage to complete a battle mech chassis? My team will assemble it right away. Let me know if you want to keep it in storage or have it ready for combat. Battle mechs are expensive as hell, so assembling one out of salvage is our best bet for expanding our roster. When you send a mech chassis into storage, our mech teams dismount all its weapons and equipment, place them in your storage for use on other chassis. The chassis can stay in storage indefinitely. Don't worry about storage capacity, boss. I'll make it fit. Don't you worry. Okay. Wondering about the components you put on your mech. One of my favorite topics. In the mech bay, you can browse all the equipment we have available in inventory. There are 2 types of components I can install on battle mech weapons and equipment. Tell me about ballistic weapons. Weapons such as the autocannon pack a good punch, generate little heat, and can destabilize an enemy if they hit it enough. Ballistic weapons are, you know, ballistic, so they require ammo, and ammo can explode if it takes a hit in combat. which is bad news all around. Ballistic weapons are also pretty heavy and can take up a lot of space on the mech. Strengths and weaknesses. Boss strengths. Energy weapons. Energy weapons don't use any ammo, but they generate a lot of heat. You may need to invest in additional heat sinks to keep your mech cool if you choose an energy-heavy loadout. Okay. Tell me about missile weapons. Missiles are my favorite. They require ammo and generate moderate heat, but the pounding they deliver can destabilize the enemy faster than most other weapons. And having multiple projectiles in a shot means you're always guaranteed at least a single hit. Long-range missiles are also capable of indirect fire. If one of your units has line of sight on enemy, they can act as a spotter for LRM-equipped units that don't. Ooh, that's interesting. With a spotter, a mech equipped with LRM can stay behind cover and arc its missiles to hit the enemy. A spotter can increase your launcher's effective range too. Granted, the enemy can do the same to you, but that's someone else's problem. Well, thanks for telling me that after the fact, you fuck. Support weapons are lighter than the others. Small lasers, machine guns, that kind of thing. I programmed our targeting computers to automatically fire them after any melee attack if they're activated. Okay. Other types of equipment. It's a big list, boss. Suggest you check the store in every system we travel to. You never know what you'll find. I can install strong cockpits to reduce the injuries our mech warriors will take. Arm actuators increase melee range. Range finders that increase the range at which enemies can be visually acquired. All sorts of stuff. Interesting. I'll take up critical slots on battle mechs. So add weight too. Keep your eyes open for them and give them a good once over before you buy one, so you know what you're getting into. Now, putting powerful weapons and equipment on your mechs is fine and all, but remember the trade-off is always armor. You know how they say the best defense is a strong offense. Expect you to develop better versions of some weapons. True that. Different manufacturers tweak their weapons to deliver more damage at higher accuracy to stabilize enemy, a bunch of stuff. The trick is finding them. They're rare out here in the periphery, so when I see one in a store or salvage pile, I'll always mark it with A+ for you, so you can identify it easy. How do I repair mech damage after battle? Whenever you return from a mission, stop by the mech bay here. Tell me which mechs you want to have repaired. I'm not going to assume anything. You can run this outfit, so I'll tell you what to spend. I won't tell you. So you tell me what you spend time and money on. Okay, that's not completely true. If I see armor missing from a battle mech, I'm going to repair it automatically. Standard operating procedure, and we have so much scrap armor lying around that you should consider armor repairs to be free. Now, if you tell me to repair a mech containing destroyed equipment, the tech will strip that off automatically too. Less equipment they strip, but you're going to want to replace it with something. What if I want to change the mech's loadout? Can I repeat it with new weapons? Holy shit. Oh yeah, now you're talking boss. Holy shit. Where you know sort of modifications make your stable, makes install new weapons, remove armor, takes some time and money. You have plenty of both, right? There are limits? It's hardware, Dusty. Of course there are limits. Your biggest constraints are the chassis, weight, and its hardpoint. I can't make a heavy as I want. Negative. A mech's chassis can support only so much tonnage of weapons, armor, and equipment. So you need to keep it overall weight in mind and by designing a battle mech's loadout. If your design is over a chassis weight rating, you can't accept the work order, and now there are ways of making things fit, of course. Hard points are places you store stuff. Mech is good at... Know what a mech is good at in the first place. Great question. There are a lot of different battle mechs out there, and it's hard to know what they were built to do by just looking at them. I mean, I can, of course, but me. You, on the other hand, are going to need some help. Thankfully, I'm a helpful guy. If you check your tactical readouts on the mech lab, you'll find I've included some thoughts on each mech's off-the-rack purpose or stock role. There are only opinions, mind you, but you might find them useful. What happens after our order refit? Once you can confirm your work order will be placed in the queue with other repairs. Oh! Hey, J-Ro! Get some AMS in chat for J-Ro, please. How you been, buddy? System to use our travel time efficient. You want to change... Oh, task in the timeline. How long do repairs normally take? Depends on the mech bay conditions you're working in. A good mech bay with advanced scaffolding equipment is faster. AMF my own self. Depends on the mech bay conditions you're working in. Advanced scaffolding equipment is faster and you'll find a standard leopard. Let me ask about something else. Okay. So you know your way around the battlefield, Yang. Any advice? Sure, the better you lead in combat, the less work I have to do when it's over. Talk about heat. Yeah, let's talk about it. I can't emphasize this enough. Watch your heat. Your mech warriors are sitting in the walking fusion reactors out there. Dude, I've been diving down the rabbit hole that is Battletech. I am like nerding out hard over this. I don't understand how this wasn't a TV show already. Like, Game of Thrones combined with Battlestar Galactica and giant robots. I mean, what else do you need? Dude, is that a human version of Winston from... Oh my god, you're right. Fire weapon generating sometimes lots of... How can I affect heat in combat? Each weapon toggled on and off. Most mech warriors keep their heat low by toggling on and off. So sometimes you'll have a solid chance to hit with everything in your arsenal. That's what you got to experience by toggling. Okay. Make your warrior more heat efficient. Rating and lab install heat sinks if you find that it runs hot in combat. Heat sinks vent plasma from the mech's engine and do a lot of dissipate buildup from jump jets and weapons fire. Heat sinks are your friend. Dude, is it? Yeah. Let's go back for a minute. Talk about mech stability. Yeah, stability is a smart thing for a commander to understand, boss. Getting pummeled by a weapon is a good way for the mech to become destabilized. Walking over rough terrain doesn't help much either. So there's a random chance they could just trip over shit? Oh, they're vulnerable to falling hard. Something... There's a few ways I can think of. Evasion, cover, and bracing. Let's hear about evasion. The short form version is that the farther a unit goes, the more evasive it becomes. Shooting a moving target is hard, and shooting a faster target is harder. When you order a mech to move in combat, note the number of angled chevrons your command software assigns it. The more chevrons that are displayed, the harder it will be to hit. Same for the enemy. Okay. Cover. Battle mechs are kind of big, aren't they? Yep, they're big and scary and dangerous, and they're harder to hit standing in forests and other terrain features. Standing behind buildings or hills is good too. The enemy can't see you, they're gonna have a hard time hitting you. It's all about the line of sight. Brace my mech. But that doesn't make it harder to hit? No, bracing your mech won't make it hard to hit, but it should buffer some of the damage you'll take by half or so. So think about it, eh? Wait, where are you that it looks bright as hell out right now? That's actually my lamp from the hotel. Let's go back for a minute. There's something I need to ask. Wow, it does look like daylight though. What the fuck? Alright, that's all the tutorial stuff. Wind up with this crew. That's a long story, boss. Shortest version I could give you. I signed on after I served my term in the 3rd Secession War, fighting with the compelling Confederation. You want to know more, you can ask whatever you want. Otherwise, let's get back to talking shop. Where are you from originally? Bryant in the Confederation. You may have heard our claim to fame, the Crowley Lizard Cow. No? Well, trust me, they're delicious. Anyway, as the story goes, Bryant was a really nice place once, a tourist spot. Big with hikers and fishing enthusiasts, pale blue skies, emerald green seas, and booming agricultural business. You know the works. I never knew it that way, though. Stefan Amaris got in a couple of centuries before I was born, and well, that was that. Oh, fucking Amaris. He's the dude that assassinated Richard Cameron. As the story goes, Bryant used to have these enormous orbital mirrors, storm inhibitors, they call them. The Star League put them in place when Amaris took the system in his civil war. He had his troops use them for target practice. Without those mirrors, Bryant reverted to his natural state, a miserable little ball of wind-blown dirt, actively hostile to human life. By the time I came along, the only place where people could live in relative safety was the planet's poles. Of course, you can't find a planet's entire population in a handful of cities and its poles. There isn't enough space, no matter how far down you dig or how tall you build. A lot of people, mostly poor, died in the early days. There's still a lot of overcrowding in the Bryant cities even now. Who'd you serve with? 2nd St. Ives Lancers, 1st Battalion under Major Lang. We saw more action than most. The arm is a souvenir of my time in service. I lost the original back in 3010 in St. Louis. You know, when we first arrived at St. Louis, I loved the place. The agricultural world, sort of breadbasket for neighboring systems. Green fields, rolling hills, you get the picture. We just walked out of hell on Kittery. The Fed rats drove us out in 05 with our tails between our legs, so it looked like paradise to us. I remember kicking back in the mech days, my feet propped up on the engine block, sipping on a snifter of vermouth. Not bad way to spend a sunny afternoon. Anyway, it turned out Federated Suns weren't done with us. We were barely a month into deployment when they sent the SETI Hussars to burn us down. I'm sure there were sound strategic reasons for House Davion to want St. Louis, but sure felt personal to me. Long story short, one of their scouts managed to slip through our perimeter and hit my mech bay. I was tinkering around in a Centurion's custom-made rumble seat at the time, being surrounded all the armor, and is the only reason I made it out alive. Still, I don't make it out unscathed, and I lost 2 of my favorite assistants and my own right arm. And I've got this ugly grafted onto me as a reminder. Why'd you leave the Cabellan Federation? After my tour of duty was up, you mean? I don't know. It was just time for change. Besides, the place wasn't for me anymore. In a way, it never really was. You never really get away from aristocracy, Yang. I was born a noble. For what it's worth, I'm glad that you made that choice. You brought my mech back from the brink more than once. Got a first-hand view of the elitist bullshit. Saturates compelling culture, however, rewards highborn idiots and the commonplace people's expense. It's thoroughly common, man, that didn't sit right with me. When my tour was over, I packed up my things and made a beeline for a periphery. Seemed like a good place as any to find new beginnings. Heh, way more than once if memory serves. Still, I appreciate the kind words, and for what it's worth, I'm happy to be here. This crew going career military would have been an enormous mistake. Yeah, but you're a competent noble. You aren't afraid to get your hands dirty. At the end of the day, that's all I really care about. I wonder how many times I've watched talented engineers get passed over for promotions so some idiot the title could advance. Too many to count. Your position. Yeah, that has been a fun trip down Marion, but I'm sure that we've got more important things. Alright, that's it. Talk to you later, Yang.
Talk to you later.
Alright. Check what mechs we have. We got Locust, SDR5 Spider. We got the Shadowhawk, Indicator. Damn, that needs some fucking. That needs a refit. 5 days? What the fuck? Okay. Oh yeah. Gotta change this to the Lion's Pride. We're gonna fly the rainbow flag, guys. I don't like colors on mechs. Wish I could do camo. What's this? Faction reputations? Financial review. Navigation. Warriors. Contracts, Darius. Hiring hall. Store. Blackjack 1, equipment. What are we selling? Can we sell anything? Heat sinks and jump jets. Mechs? Nope. Command center. Darius. Jason, can I do something? I want to know about our debt situation. Yeah, sure, that's fair. I'm glad you're taking an interest. I've got time to get into the nuts and bolts of it if you do. What do you want to know? Remind me why we took out so many loans in the first place? How much time have we got? I mean, we've been hit with 1,000 expenses since we were forced to flee Koromodir. But I guess you're mostly interested in the big ticket items. Well, first and foremost, there's the Leopard. We still owe a lot of money on the ship, and losing her isn't an option. Then you've got all the assorted fallout from our impromptu trip across the frontier, jump ship passage, docking fees, miscellaneous travel expenses, all paid for on credit, as if we had a choice. Who are we in debt to exactly? I want names. How about I give you the top 3? First, you got the Blue Horizons. That's the big commercial bank on Lyratin. There's the ones that are the least on the ship. Then there's the Indri Consortium. They've got people everywhere, but they're based somewhere in Merrick space. We borrowed from them one of their associates to make the jump away from Koromadir on the day of the coup. Oh yeah. Finally, you've got Lockown Lending. They're a frontier outfit from Haster, and they're about as crooked as they come. Now, I wouldn't normally do business with an outfit like that, Double L, but we didn't have a choice. They made a deal with Blue Horizons to buy half of our debt. So that's the big 3. A commercial bank, the shadowy financial consortium, and a bunch of leg breakers in cheap suits, and each of them and dangerous in his own way. But running this company. Sure thing, I'd be happy to help. What do you need to know? Contracts. Outfits like ours have been on mercenary review boards, post-certified contracts working in reliable employees. I say reliable, but let's face it, most jobs come down to us doing the work that the rich and powerful can't be seen doing. Mercenaries are deniable assets. You travel from space system to system, picking up jobs and making ends meet. Sure, space travel costs you bills, but some employers are desperate enough to pay travel expenses for mercenaries willing to make a few jumps for a gig. Tutorial, contact intel. Until I get a contract before I accept it. Most employers will give us enough info to understand who we're fighting and why. Some are cagier than others, but by and large, they want us to succeed. Because of this, we generally get enough intel to get the job done. It isn't a perfect system, but it works well. There are a few key things to look for in a contract. First, you need to understand the type of mission it is. Next, you should take account of the climate conditions in the area of operation. Finally, it's important to know the expected strength of the opposing force or op for. So we've got the types of missions that may be offered. Experience, most contracts come down to one or more of a few basic ideas. Blowing something up, taking something down, keeping something safe, or making a mess with a heavy ordnance. There'll be variations here and there, sure. For the most part, our jobs are going to fit into one of those categories. Giant bipedal web platforms aren't exactly known for their subtlety. We've got climate conditions. If you're not watching the climate conditions, you're not in full command of the battlefield. In most environments, you've got to watch your mech warriors' weapons fire and jump jets so you don't overheat their battle mechs. Badlands and deserts make your mech run hotter, so if you're going to want to pay careful attention when you're fighting there. Low atmosphere, non-terraformed planets are worse. You'd be wise to swap out energy weapons for ballistic weapons in those environments, or pack up some extra heat sinks. But the vacuum of lunar environments is the worst. It's counterintuitive, I know. Space is too cold, right? But no atmosphere basically means no heat dispersion, and you're sitting on top of a fusion reactor. Use your jump jet sparingly, or you'll be shut down in no time. Okay. Tell me about mission difficulty. It's important to have an idea of what you'll be up against once your lance hits the ground. Unfortunately, mercenaries are often on the ass end of a mission intel, and most will usually get is the rating of the enemy's overall strength. At best, a mission's difficulty rating will give us an idea of our post-mission repair bills and med bay time, or a signal that we should avoid the mission altogether until we can bring bigger guns. Can I withdraw from a contract? Absolutely, that's the great thing about being a merc. It isn't our fight, we're here to make money, not die for a cause. You can back out of a contract negotiations at any time with no harm done. But once we deploy on the battlefield, it gets a little trickier. If things start going sideways in our mission, you can still withdraw to save or repair bills and medbay time, but it may cost us. If we withdraw before achieving any objective and destroying at least one enemy, Mercenary Review Board will rule it in bad faith withdrawal. Not only will we not get paid, we won't get any battlefield salvage either. Plus our reputation will suffer, both our employer and with the MRB. Now, if we withdraw after achieving an objective and destroying at least one enemy, the board will rule in good faith withdrawal. Our pay will still be reduced, but on reputation we'll take a hit, and that's important for our business. Okay. Tell me about reputation. Our mercenary outfit's reputation determines the quality of contracts we've offered, the quality of the mech warrior willing to hire on us, and the deals we get on weapons, mechs, and equipment in local stores. Most employers won't offer us really juicy contracts until we've proven ourselves over time. But once our rep is solid, we'll get access to some high-paying gigs with opportunities for some serious battlefield salvage. Why is salvage so important? It gives you parts for your mech. C-bills are like blood. Salvage is like food for a mercenary company, or something like that. I don't really do analogies. Just leave it at that. Salvage is good. Here's why. Salvage lets you replace components you've lost or upgrade your mechs to better suit your combat tactics. And if you don't end up needing the salvage you get, you can always sell it off to the nearest store. Salvage rights are time-honored tradition in the mercenary trade, and figuring out who gets what at the end of the engagement is a vital part of our business. How do I negotiate a contract? Mercenary contracts, it's pretty straightforward. And the preferred rate's all based on the golden triangle: C-bills, salvage, and reputation. C-bills are the coin of the realm, so to speak. We use T-bills to pay for travel expenses, upkeep on our ship, salaries to our crew, and repair our outfits of our mech. C-bills keep us flying. Oh, tell me about our outfit's finance work. It's pretty simple. Every 30 days, we have to pay the crew and cover our regular operating expenses. Upkeep for the mechs we have ready in our mech bay, upgrades to our equipment, things like that. So if we don't have enough C-bills to cover our operating costs at the end of the month, when our financial report cuts, we're out of business. Merc life doesn't allow for second chances. Remember that. When you're ordering weapons, refits, and ship upgrades, and make sure to reserve enough to cover our monthly nut. I'm sure this is obvious, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How can I raise operating? Obviously, the more mech wires they hire, the more we're going to have to pay out each month. Nevertheless, it's a good idea to have a strong bench. You never know when someone's going to take one in the meat and be out of action for a while. Okay, lower. Well, for starters, consider putting the mechs you don't plan to the field for a while in the storage. Although it'll require time and C-bills to refit their equipment and ready them for combat, stored mechs have no upkeep costs. By the way, remember, you can sell mech chassis and equipment if you're ever low on cash or you see something shiny in the store that you just gotta have. Let's talk about my mech warriors. Sure, what do you want to know? How much do I need to worry about their morale? Mercenaries aren't like members of the Royal Guard. They're in for it for the paycheck, not for the loyalty or some noble house. Because of this, keeping spirits is important. Mech warriors with high morale get inspired more often on the battlefield. Their heads are in the game, and inspired mech warriors can create opportunities. I've seen inspired mech warriors make precision shots I thought were impossible strikes, focusing their fire on one location on a speeding enemy as if it were standing still on a shooting range, 25 yards away, while wearing a sign that said "Shoot me" on neon green. Inspired mech warriors show amazing vigilance too. They seem to have an uncanny ability to blunt incoming damage and have heightened reflexes, so they act faster on the battlefield. Amazing stuff. On the other hand, I've seen mechs with low morale up and leave an outfit like ours without warning. Sometimes you'll see it coming, sometimes you won't. Do I have over their training? Mech warriors gain experience in every mission they complete. You can chart their training and guide the development of 4 skills: gunnery, pilot, guts, and tactics. If they become stronger in a particular skill, your mech warriors gain access to special abilities that can be used in combat. The first ability is mech warrior specialization. Mech warriors can have only 2 specializations total, so pay attention when you're training them. The first 2 they acquire are the only 2 they'll have. Second ability of the mech warrior's expertise. Mech warriors get only 1 of those, and it has to be from one of their specializations. Whichever expertise they learn first is the only one they'll have. So 3 abilities total per mech warrior. There's a lot of possible combinations. You'll need to decide for yourself the abilities. Work best together according to your command style. Okay. Do more require higher? Yes, obviously. Wouldn't you? Any general info that you'd like to share? Things happen on the mercenary ship all the time. You throw a bunch of mech jockeys in a confined spaceship with technicians and crew for months on end, you're going to see some spillover from the battlefield. Operating a merc outfit isn't glamorous lifestyle. They're hard choices to be made on a regular basis. Anything from breaking up a fight over petty bullshit to dealing with faulty power couplers. Okay. So does it give me like random fucking events that happen on my ship? Work with the Ronald Royal Guard. Tell me about it. It was more than just deployment. It was a full campaign. High Lord Tamati gave us a job back in 19. We were supposed to be assisting the Royal Guard to round up and eliminate a pirate clan of Fjaldr. Commander Markham thought it'd be easy money. Turned out to be anything but. We lost a dozen mech warriors in 3 months to the Fjaldr campaign. Had to hose them out of their cockpits. Would have been more if it wasn't for Sir Raju. He saved our people's asses on more than one occasion. Went out of his way to do it. Thing is, he didn't have to. We weren't under his protection. We were hired help. I grew up on Nassau Heights. It's one of the HAB stations orbiting R2. 30 decks of economical stratification with corporate suites and upper decks and everyone else crammed in the lower ones. My old man was a dockhand. We lived in deck 28, 2 levels up from the bottom with the other station maintenance personnel. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. My dad would load and unload cargo shuttles, vacuum-sealed quiller and nutrient paste for people like us, and luxury goods for the suits upstairs. The old man must have unloaded 1,000 cases of Casildan, eel roe, plump succulent eggs that size of a melon balls. Never got to taste any, though any one of those tins would have cost him half a year's wage. Gotta run.
Catch you later, Commander.
Alright. What's Sumar?
How can I be of service, Commander?
Hey, Commander, something I can do for you. Satisfy your debt. No. My concerns won't be satisfied until our creditors have been paid and the loan sharks are off our backs. This is a step in the right direction. That makes me happy. I'm not blind to the risks that uncertified contracts entail, by the way. I mean, I know what we're doing is dangerous, but it's the best chance we got to dig ourselves out of this hole. Got some questions about navigation. Sure. It's kind of important that you understand what you're doing. Okay, Navigator, how do we get from system to system? Short answer is that you pick a destination on a star map, and I make it happen. Interstellar travel takes time, sometimes weeks, and it'll cost us sea bills for fuel and passage on a jump ship. But it's the only way for an outfit like ours to survive out here. We go where the work is. What intel can I get on a system for choosing to go there? Enough to make a reasonably informed choice, I think. Star map makes political boundaries clear, so you know whose space we're entering. I pre-programmed the star map to lock onto travel to systems designated as no-fly zones. We're looking for work and not interstellar incidents. Beyond political boundaries, the nav system will highlight political factions active in the system. It should give you a good idea who's hiring. It's probably a good idea to check your reputation, the local factions before ordering a long voyage. More intel than just local politics. There is, as you select systems on a star map, you'll see a list of attributes from Mercnet database. Attributes like black market or poor are clues to local store contents. This type of mercs will find in hiring halls, contracts we may be offered, and potential mission environments. If you hover over an attribute, the star map will display a longer description for you. Okay. What else can you tell me about mechanics of space travel? Well, the long answer is that there's 2 types of space travel. Travel by dropships like ours and travel by jump ships. Dropships travel under 1G of thrust to move to a planet's orbit to a jump point. Jump points are far outside the gravity well of the star, and so to travel to and from a jump point takes most of the travel time, sometimes weeks. Jump ships, on the other hand, are like ferries that sit at a jump point waiting for folks like us to latch on to their docking collar. Then we wait there for about 5 days while they spin up their jump drive. Once their jump drive is spun up, popping a dozen light years across interstellar space to another jump point takes nearly no time at all. Pirate points that jump ship can use. What are those? They're bad news, Commander. Difficult to locate and dangerous to use. I've heard of people using pirate points in desperate situations or in covert missions, but it's not worth the risk of a misjump. You don't find any pirate points on my star map, I can tell you that. Just avoid them. Do we always have to pay our wage from system to system? Not always, no. If you check the contracts list in Commander Center, you'll find employers posting travel contracts. Travel contracts are how employers attract mercenaries to the system by paying the outfit's travel expenses. Nice. Star map. Yeah, that bothered me too. Before I joined the academy, turns out that in real life, space travel isn't like what you see at Adventure holovids that Darius makes us watch. For starters, some stars are more massive than others, and in the case of really big star, you have to range pretty far afield to find a location suitable for a KF jump. First, that means a whole lot of molasses slow sublight travel before we can even dock with a jump ship, let alone ride it anywhere. Jump ship charging times are the other half of the travel time equation. Jump ship's KF drive will take a few days to recharge after each jump, so if your destination a few jumps away, well, you get where I'm going with this. It's going to take a long fucking time, and that's the long and short of it. Anytime you want to go from one system to another, talking about weeks of sublight travel, coupled with healthy dose of hurry up and wait. It's like how much determines how long the trip is going to take. Beyond negotiating a contract, most inhabited systems maintain a hiring hall where you can recruit new mech warriors. Be sure to take a look. You never know what kind of talent you're going to find. Most systems also have merchants who can buy and sell hardware such as weapons, equipment, and mech parts. Sometimes even fully operational battle mechs too. Our reputation with local factions will influence costs with purchasing equipment and hiring mech warriors. The better our rep, the better the deal we'll get. The better the mech warrior who will be joining our side on this. Holy fuck. Tell me about yourself. Well, I'm from an old family like you. We're old money, made our fortune out in the Rasalg, repatriated to the Torian Concordant, and that's where I grew up. I'm not sure if this is the kind of stuff you were hoping to hear, but we can talk about whatever. I'm not shy. Where in the Concordant are you from? The Torian. New Vanderburg. It's a nice place, I suppose. Do you like birds? Sure, I guess. Then you like New Vanderburg. It's basically one big aviary. Sometimes like 2/3 of the native fauna has feathers, flutters on the wind, and splatters its excrements across every available surface. Sounds wonderful. Naturally, the original colonists adopted the feathery little monsters in the culture, and those of us that came after were kind of stuck with it. Statues, fountains, murals, you name it, just a giant feathery pile of screeching alien birds. If the system had a motto, it'd be Squawk. Cute. Maybe if I hadn't grown up with it. Where'd you learn to pilot the Leopard, anyway? Torian Naval Institute on New Vanderburg. Well, among other places, the big campus. Low-gravity training station orbiting Lampok, my second home. D&I flight. Usually open to civilians, but my parents had good credit back then, and they could name drop Protector Calderon. That'll get you pretty far in the Concordant, for a while anyway. The other cadets in my class weren't especially happy sharing air with the civvy, but they couldn't say much. I was more nobility, and they weren't. Everyone sort of kept me at arm's length, so I had plenty of time to concentrate on my studies. I got my certification in both dropship and jump ship operation in 4 years. I even tried working on a commercial jump crew for a while, once upon a time. People were fun, but it wasn't for me. The ratio of flying to violent jump sickness skewed hard in the wrong direction. House Meyer. You're looking at it. My parents are both gone. Blood cancer and heart disease, respectively, both treatable, but they were out of money at that point, so into the ground they went. Ditto my brother David, who ran off to serve in the Third Section War and never came back. Yeah, I'm sure you're not. Nobody is really. It's a rough galaxy. David was 13 years older than me. I had foot out the door before I turned 3, and my parents, well, they raised me by proxy in a traditional noble fashion. There's no real bond there, even when I was young. None of this is to say that my folks were bad people. They weren't. They were just doing what they knew. Their upbringings had been outsourced just like mine was. Your family's from Rasalg? It was a long time ago, but yeah, my parents told it. We were landowners of Pomme de Terre. In the agricultural world, sort of like a bread breakfast for the Draconis Combine. And yes, I know the Pomme de Terre means potato. My ancestors came from the planet Potato. It took some time for me to accept that, but hey, here we are. Anyway, moving on, House Meyer's holdings were meager, but the value of the land was astronomical for minor nobility. We were very wealthy. The Third Succession War broke out and political rhetoric got ugly. House Meyer didn't want a single part of what was happening, so my ancestors emptied their accounts and ran. Alright.
I'll be here if you need.
Done talking with everybody, I think. Let's look at that. Whether for trade seller, really. Charlie via our patented KF drive should have no surprise. Comstar is proud to announce updated WorkNet. Bio filters choose to see systems in specific climates or patterns, features, make your destination is a common. Difficulty filters. Nice. Extended coverage, now with 50 more systems, destinations, risks with potential conflict, resolutions, business, lucrative salvage opportunities. New star indicators let you see where you've been and where you have yet to explore. Vendors of platinum uranium level plans. Alright, yeah, Comstar. Continue. Travel contract. 12 days. Travel cost $30,000. Mercenaries, lightly inhabited. Bellerophon is arid and hospitable. Conflicts over limited. Frozen wasteland. Oh, cool! You could travel throughout all the systems. Federated Suns, the Liao, Merrick, Carpelin. We're in the. Is this the Oregon Reach? No. Oh, this is the periphery. My bad. I forgot who these guys were. The Satorians. Alright. Cannabis. Oregon Directorate. Okay, that's what it is. Lyrian Commonwealth. Compelling Confederation. Federated Suns. Draconis Combine. Taurian Concordant. Free Worlds League. Planetary Government. Comstar. We want to work for Comstar. That's where the money is. Space AT&T. Alright, so we won't go anywhere right now. Reputation should be nothing, right? Ally with Lyrian Cog, we're ally with everybody. Or indifferent. Everybody's indifferent, okay. Finances. 130,000 per month, so that gives us less than 9 months to make it into the black. Minus this expense.
Commander on deck.
Alright, let's take a contract, huh?
Greetings, Commander. Come on in.
Asset retrieval. Sounds easy enough. Our operators, what are they paying? Baseline difficulty. Okay. Desert. Operators in Bellerophon recovered a functional piece of SLDF technology, but before they could deliver it to us, captured by local government forces. We need a team to assault the location they're being held. Recover technology. Some broken piece of scrap, but the Free Worlds League is willing to pay to recover it. We go in and get out before they even know we hit them. Sounds good. The Vider Singh, Free Worlds Nations. The Free World League would like to offer you a choice contract. Commander, as the leader of the respective mercenary company, you should find the terms both fair and equitable, I think. Max pay 74,000. Okay. They'll cover salary for a month for these guys. Payment. I don't know if I want salvage or more money. Let's see. We have 2 downed mechs, right? Is that right? We have the Vindicator and the Spider. Yeah, these all need to be replaced, so this needs a lot of salvage. I don't care about the Spider so much as the, was it the other one? It's a good recon bot, but we have the Locust for that. This one, the Vindicator. Man, this is gonna need 55 salvage. How much salvage do we have? You got cord out? Out of 45 tons. For 1,000. Days? Fuck me. 210,000 to repair that shit. Okay. Maybe repair this. 10,000. So we have 3 working mechs, right? Difficulty for that shouldn't be too bad, so contracts. Negotiate. That seems fair. I guess. He's the only contract, right?
By your command.
Wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Thank you. So Blackjack is fully functional. Wonder if I should just take the hit right now and repair it. Place that. Place, replace.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Cool. Thank you. Get out of this. Travel the... Continue. I'd like to continue. Continue. There we go. weeks. Day 2. Shakedown! You're on the Leopard's Bridge with Sumar, Yang, and Darius. Daily staff briefers. We received 3 messages from the banks. Loan shark Sumar cuts in. From the people who are financing us, Darius continues. They're considering rewinding the terms of our loans, so it'll be easier to seize this ship if we miss a payment, as usual. They believe we can't fight it in court. I'll deal with it, you say. Later, you record a response, and you sternly remind the line holders that as a financial institution to operate in Detroit 3, you must abide by local contract laws. You even cite the relevant sections of the legal code from memory. You point out that as long as you've kept records of all the payments and correspondence concerning loans, you'll be able to demonstrate in court that their proposed revisions of the agreed upon terms would represent such a gross violation of the law that you would undoubtedly be awarded a second dropship at the bank's expense. Once the camera's shut off, Sumar says there's no way they push you on this. No way they push you on this. Too bad. I'd like to see the loan sharks grovel. Following tags. Loan status fair. Okay. Alright. 18 days left on the Vindicator to get back up. Arrived Bellerfon, Commander. Proceed. No mech selected. Me. Oh no. My blackjack. Behemoth. In her, was it the Shadowhawk? Yeah, it was. Medusa or a Gaucho. Difficulty, there's only 3, so I should only need 3. Let's run them in the Locust. Counter evasion, environmental hamper targeting. Wait, hold on. I got stuff I can upgrade my pilots. Let's do that first.
Ready for orders.
Don't want passive cover, guarded states. Both provide 40% damage reduction rather than 20% damage reduction. Cover and guarded provide 60 damage. Ooh, nice. Guts, passive, evasion charge after moving can exceed the unit's maximum. Units not in a sprint, jump, or charge to melee. The mech can also get entrenched. Fire weapons up at up to 3 separate targets within this mech's current firing arc. Tactics. Since range to reveal it until the end of the phase. So we need a gunner.
Orders? Good to go.
Waiting for orders.
Tactics is for, I would imagine, recon. When reserving. This is DPS. She's a defender, right?
Good to go.
Ground more effectively do bulwark and able to suffer additional injuries. Control weak flow. Okay. So she's a defender. I want her. It'd probably be guts and gunnery. What does piloting do? So we're gonna have to wait till next mission to up hers. Oh, I have a lot. Jesus. Guts sounds pretty good. Piloting sounds pretty good too. So she's gonna be my base of fire. I guess I could be the flanker, and this is gonna be
Good to go.
scout.
Orders. Ready for orders. Ready for orders.
Medusa's gonna be the scout. So I gotta train him up on tactics.
Training complete.
So then I want piloting for my guy, right? I think I want to get this one first. Yeah, I think guts right now, but I like that passive cover. 60% damage reduction, that's pretty good. think I will go piloting though. Where am I? Weak on.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Standing by.
Good to go. Aye, aye.
Damn it, who needs this? Alright, that's fine. Reduce, alright. So let's go Blackjack, Shadowhawk, and Locust. Skirmisher and Cavalry, Fire Support, and Skirmisher. Jack of all trades. Supports weaponry from all ranges, has respectable speed and jump capacity, and mounts decent armor. Comes with a cost of excelling at nothing in particular. Ones are solid, well-rounded mechs for their tonnage. They typically mount jump jets, which give them extra edge by keep direct line of fire for their autocannons. Light fire support. Basic Locust is one of the bigger speed. It's not meant to be put up in much of a fight, but you'd be hard pressed to find a mech that goes further and is harder to hit. Alright, let's do this. So most of this has been learning experience. So retrieve the SLDF technology and escape. Prepping for combat. And a lot of lore, backstory stuff. So we don't. I mean, I think it will onesies and twosies talk to these guys once in a while, but I don't think it's going to be this giant drop of information like it was at the beginning. So. And it's desert.
Command interface initiated.
Man, the target location is likely to be well defended. We need to move up, get eyes on location, and neutralize enemy forces. Once we secure SLDF, the Leopard will extract us at this LZ. Okay.
Who fights over a place like this?
It was in the fucking way.
What's up, boss?
Get this Locust over here. See what we're up against. You go around here?
Confirmed.
Enemy turn, right?
Yes, Commander.
Is that in cover?
On it.
Okay. Let's all go that way.
Good to go. On the move.
Eyes on what's going on here.
Roger that.
Speed them up.
Orders.
Get over here.
Confirmed. Holding.
Actually, yeah, I'll take up base of fire since I have longer range weapons, right? Because she doesn't
Receiving
have SRMs. Short range missile launcher, long range missile, medium laser, AC-5, autocannon. So yeah, honestly I should be gunnery, not pilot. Fuck. Alright. Well, that's fine.
Standing by.
Start moving down there.
Coordinates received.
Stabilizing. Engaging coolant system.
Waiting for orders.
She can't quite make it there.
What do you need?
Just get out this side.
I'll do what I can.
Orders. Location confirmed.
Enemy contact, there we go. Where are they at?
Good to go. Move into position. I've got something.
What is it? Oh shit, yep, mechs.
Waiting for orders.
Let's draw them out. Jenner.
Ready for orders. Copy that.
I should be able to hit this guy with him, right? No? There's not much cover here. Alright, I can hit him now. Hit percent, let's reduce. Some of that. That's fine. I get him with a full attack right now.
All weapons committed.
Miss. What the fuck?
The asset is in hand, Commander. Good work.
You hit me with fucking indirect? Nice.
Aye, aye.
Does that mean I can hit him? Hmm. No, I don't know his movement speed. He's gonna come around the corner and fuck me up.
Affirmative.
Damage minimal.
Cool.
Yes, Commander. Roger.
a little bit closer. Okay.
Receiving you.
Damn, you're gonna almost make it there. What's the range on this? Standard. Close. Ooh, okay, so boom, up here, turn.
Heading out.
His evasion should be really fucking high. Oh, he has a locust too. Shit. Okay.
Damage minimal.
No! Wrong guy! Where's he going?
Warning. Armor low.
Okay.
Commander.
How much health does he have? Yes. Is that in the trees?
Standing by.
Oh, that's pretty low. What if we moved here and then shot him? Is that in melee range? He's focused on my blackjack, so I'm gonna do minimal damage as possible. If I move over here, at least I'll be shielded from the locust unless he moves.
Aye, aye.
Still no better, but whatever. Fuck.
Let's see how you like this.
Oh, fucker.
Reporting critical hit.
Move up here. Not on line of sight, right? And over here. I don't know the range on the locust over there. I mean, he could move pretty far, so I mean he's gonna hit me anyway. Right there. Final burst.
All weapons committed.
Get fucked.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Oh, I hit him with that stray shot. Medusa. Where's he going? Is he going to retreat?
Yeah. Ready for orders.
A good place to find.
Roger that.
Oh wow, okay, good job.
Commander.
Better, there we go.
Affirmative. Taking the shot. Target's taking a critical hit.
Knockdown. And got a chance to run up on this dude. Called shot. Let's get rid of our lasers here.
Engaging target. No
Good job.
damage detected.
Had your chance.
Commander.
Fucking melee his ass. Stomp him out. Oh, okay. I guess that hits anyway.
Enemy down.
Target's eliminated. Sit tight. I can collect you from where you are right now. No.
Mission successful.
Okay. Not bad. Minimal damage. I like it. Ooh. Success. We got $40,000. Sea bills and some salvage, right? Top tier work, Commander. House Merrick is very happy with your performance. Keep it up, and I'll make sure a lot of work comes your way. Kills one. 400. Still good. Armor was a little low. Uninjured. Perfect. Salvage agreement. Jenner. Oh, okay. Jump jets. I think we need one of these for the whatchamacallit. The other one. No, I have two. I have two. I have 0. Stone Fast Striker Cavalry. This might be good to get. Generator Ds run hot and they run fast, but can quickly bound into combat, deliver a knockdown punch. Even against heavier units. Speed and weapons tends to come expensive, lower armor capacity though. Extreme. Small strike of long range missiles are efficient and tend to serve as harassment weapons. That's useless. I think I'm gonna go for the Jenner. Locust honestly is better, I think. Well, different roles. Inefficiency, melee. Let's go with Jenner. Salvage assigned. Cool. Compelling earned through service to the state. Went a lot better than our first fucking mission, I'll tell you that. Gonna need to do some mech repairs before our next contract, boss. Can't go into combat like this. See me in the mech bay when you're ready. What do you want, bud?
What can I do for you? Talk to you later.
How many more days for that? 18 days. Okay. Extremely maneuverable scout. Maybe we'll get what's his name in the scout then, the spider. A Shadowhawk. Refit. Who needs refit? I shot some autocannon, right? Buy some, huh? Is that how it works? Yeah, it's kind of not a technical Shadowhawk. What do you need? Looks like it's good. How much is it gonna cost to refit this guy? 183,000. Right now. Machine gun. Are you just bullshitting me? Why? Okay. So I got 500 experience. I'm gonna work on gunnery now. Or no, guts. Because I want to use cover, so. And the extra heat, look at that. That's fucking crazy. Man, that's good though. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
What does she have? 1,200? Guts. Get her on guts and gunnery, too. It's 1,600. She has +5 base weapon hit. Well, her mech is more like a close-in mech, so I didn't want her on piloting. I don't know. I have to think about that for a little bit.
Ready for orders. Yes, Commander.
Him. Boom. You're getting that.
Mech warrior training complete.
Medusa. I should get on him on piloting too. Bonus evasion charge after moving. Dude, that locust would be fucking unhittable. I gotta get him some better weapons on that shit though. Maybe like missile boxes or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go tactics and piloting with this guy. So. Yeah, because I got that entrenched shit. That'd be a good one for the Locust too. I want that guts, but then I'm going to switch into gunnery after that. I want this guts, so mainly guts and gunnery for me too.
Orders.
I like guts and gunnery for these two. For me and
Waiting for
Rahima.
orders.
I think I would be more like a rounded build, and then this one I'm gonna go full guts and gunnery. Or I'm gonna try to like kind of spread it a little bit between the three. Well, no.
Good to go.
we'll see. We'll let the situation develop for a little bit. How about that? Still have some
Commander.
points to kind of play with, so. What do you want? You have to refit, right? Look at this pattern. Barely notice any difference, honestly. Like pattern 2, I guess. Yeah, pattern 2 looks good. I can't fucking see this. Yeah, okay, I like that one. Refit. I mean, does it automatically, we have to reload or what? We have 2, right? What is this? Kaliyama? AC-20, it's harder than any other weapon. However, this comes at expensive weight, range, and severity. Limited ammunition. Large laser. Man. Okay. What some of our contracts look like. Pirate logistical base capture. Guerrillas on Detroit are surprisingly well armed and well supplied. American forces are taking accidental losses in recent engagements. We've tracked weapons back to a hidden supply base operated by pirates. I'm guessing the pirates pay better, but we don't gain favor.